Hey guys, so we just got a report there might be an active shooter at the National Zoo. I think it's fake, but we're not that far from the zoo, so we're going to run over and take a look. I'm missing the Champions League final, but it's already 3-0, so looks like it's going to be already decided. Okay, over there is the entrance of the zoo. It's swarming with police cars, Secret Service, DC cops, even the zoo police. They came in here in a hurry. They grabbed their big guns. It looks like the door's open. Let's see what we can get. Kind of photos. Okay, an update from the zoo. Stupid people behaving like idiots. Yeah, apparently two groups of people were just walking down the sidewalk, or two individuals. They started jawing with each other, and then that led to punches being thrown and possibly a gun being brandished. We're not really sure, but no shots fired, nobody hurt, nobody shot at least, and pretty much everybody else panicking beyond belief. So life in the big city. All right, let's bail. Hey guys, good morning on a Monday, and it's, well, breakfast time because I'm getting up late and not really doing much. It's a really boring day on a Monday, so I thought, why not start with a burger out here in Virginia, and then we'll go into the city and see what else is up. Oh yeah. I really like the fries here. Hey guys, good afternoon. We are on the shores of the Potomac River down here in Georgetown. I noticed a police boat's been scouring Roosevelt Island over there for the last half hour or so, so I thought I'd come down here and check that out, see what they're up to. Other than that, it's a boring day in Washington. I mean, well, we've had a couple of shootings, and we had an arsonist light a bunch of trash on fire on Capitol Hill, but that's, that's boring. Let's make our way down here and see what this boat's up to. This is a park here in Georgetown, along the waterfront. People just hang here all day long, and taking this as a beautiful day today. Temperature is like 74, 75 degrees, cool breeze, a little bit of a warm sun. Yeah, it's not a day to be inside, that's for sure. Oh, they got birdhouses up here. Anyway, I'm not really sure what that police, but you can just see it around the corners, blinking blue lights. I'm not really sure what he's doing along Teddy Roosevelt Island. I fear they're looking for a body or something. That's where the bodies usually wash up. I'm not kidding. There's a place upriver where a lot of people go fishing and fall in, and then how the currents just work out that they roll up against Teddy Roosevelt Island for some reason. All right, let's get the big camera out. See if we get a closer look down here at this lookout. Their bikes through the fountain. It's pretty fun. All right, let's figure this out. What's this guy doing? End of school. Everybody gets wet. Okay, let's make our way down the water. Not sure what those boats are up to. I'll put in a call to a friend, see if they know, but it's a mystery. Let's head down to the Washington Harbor Complex, walk along the boardwalk for a bit. Alright, I'm not sure what they're up to. Training exercise, could be diving. They're just sort of hanging out there though. Definitely a bit odd. Kids just playing with ducks. Kind of a thing to do. There's the Watergate. And next to that's the Kennedy Center. And then back out to the fireboats, police boats. They just like went right up on the shore there of Roosevelt Island. That's not normal. Let's see if we can get a better angle. Try to figure this out. It's about now. Let's see what this police boat's doing. Towing drill. Pulling the boats out of the thing. You know what, let's go get a bike. It's too nice out. Alright, we're down by the house. House of Sweden. This is some new art just appeared here. The River and the Town. Resident artist at Georgetown came up with this. That over there is the Swedish Embassy, the House of Sweden, not an IKEA. House of Sweden has a big place where they show off all the products in Sweden that American companies can buy or license. Let's go find a bike up here. Okay guys, we got an electric, nice little bike. Let's head down to Rock Creek and go along the Potomac since it's such a beautiful day. Like I said, there's not a lot going on, so we're just gonna putz around and see what's up. Who knows, maybe we'll run into something crazy. We're under the Whitehurst Freeway now, kind of that urbanish bit of DC. Some people want to tear this thing down and make everybody drive at street level, which would be kind of a nightmare. It's a very short freeway, not even a mile long. And one time it was supposed to tie into a new freeway system and tie into the existing Route 66, but they never built that freeway. So we got this portion of it, the off-ramps, but nothing else. Kerchunk. There's the Watergate. This was a homeless camp just about a month ago. It pretty much cleared everybody out from this homeless camp. Alright. So the racing shells. You might notice the cars are going in both lanes. That's a rush hour thing. You get to drive like you're in England here at rush hour. You can drive on the left. That's just to get more cars out of the downtown area. Oh, there's some baby geese. Check those guys out. Aren't they cute? Except mama geese is on. Yeah. Like, do I have to mess with this guy? That's what they're thinking. I'm gonna have to mess with this guy. Now, you know how we were talking about raw sewage getting into the river and outflow? The city is working on that. What you see on the right is part of that construction project to build a stormwater bypass. We have combined sewage outflows where raw sewage goes through the same pipe as stormwater. Now, it's not really a problem most of the time, except when we get a lot of rain, and then it mixes and it goes into Rock Creek and then it goes into the Potomac. That's why people freaked out when RFK said he went swimming in Rock Creek. Everybody's like, are you kidding me? That's disgusting. That new bypass is on the way. That's like a multi-billion-dollar project they've been working on for over a decade. So hopefully pretty soon they'll clear up this bit of the river. All right, let's head down here. The Kennedy Center up there. Police boats have disappeared. Guess they got tired of me taking pictures of them. Once they clear, they usually go up to speed as fast as they can to get back to their office. Let's just ride along. So up here on my right is the Teddy Roosevelt Bridge, Interstate 66. It's going to be massively repaired and repainted. It needs to be replaced, but they don't have the money. That up there is the Kennedy Center's outdoor area. It's got a giant weird statue up there. They just built that extension recently. And they built this neat little ramp that they tell you not to ride a bike on, but it's just far too tempting to ride a bike. What's this, horse poop? Yeah, probably. Ugh. It's like the police horses were there. I tell myself it's police horses and not some homeless guy. Cut through the bridge. The next bridge is Memorial Bridge, which is probably one of the more beautiful bridges in DC. That connects the Lincoln Memorial and Arlington Cemetery. There's a plane coming out of Reagan down there. We haven't had much helicopter traffic along this part of the river since the accident. They closed this section of the river to helicopters. It was a shame. We used to have just dozens of helicopters a day go by. It's really cool. Now, not so much. Here's the beach volleyball. Get it? These are open to the public. If you want to play beach volleyball, you just come out here one day, find a team, find some friends, and have at it. Alright, we're going under the Lincoln Memorial here in a bit. Oh, I didn't mention, I want to show you this over here. There's a new memorial going up, yeah? Because we just never have enough memorials. The Operation Desert Shield Desert Storm Memorial is being built right over there. That construction you see over on the left, that is the new Operation Desert Shield Desert Storm Memorial. Probably won't be ready for another year or so. But one more memorial to go in. This guy's flying. You can see all the jetsam and flotsam or whatever it is. That's how high the river gets. It brings stuff up onto this shore here. The Lincoln Memorial is just up over there, just to see the top of it. And then we have more construction for that sewage outflow bypass thingy. Oh, there's those police boats. They're way over there, going really fast, having some fun. Sometimes they do intercept drills where they like chase each other down. The Coast Guard does that. Maybe the cops are doing that today too. I don't know. But they are hauling back to their base. Alright, let's go down this way. There is the Lincoln Memorial on my left. And then this is the Erickson Memorial, kind of a random thing. Memorial to the inventor of the screw propeller and the Monitor, as in Monitor and Merrimack fame, or was it Virginia, whatever they called it. But the inventor of the ironclads, or the first, not inventor, but the first guy to make it practical. Little memorial to him. Interesting, Alfred Nobel was once his aide, once his like research assistant, the guy who invented dynamite, and then who invented the Nobel Prize. Let's go this way through the puddle. Let's go up to Lincoln, I guess. It's a nice day. So here is the Lincoln Memorial under renovation, coming in 2026 for the nation's 250th birthday. We're going to have a new Lincoln Memorial Center, new elevators, new restrooms, all of which they needed. And, oh, we got a cow. Cellular on wheels. What event do we have coming up? 4th of July is still pretty far away. You know, I wonder if that's for the parade. That's still a couple weeks away too, isn't it? Maybe that is for the military parade we've got in 2 weeks. What's down here? Hole where learning meets life. Some protest of some sort. Washington Monument, the Big Stick, and the Lincoln Memorial. What is it about kind of crazy people who write in really small letters everywhere? It's like single space, no caps seems to be the regular font of people who've got a grudge against the government. And they always write, you know, single space, no caps in marker on every sign, expecting you to read the whole thing or something. So, some construction over here. This is the Vietnam Wall in the distance. After they built the wall, some people objected. They didn't like the design, so they forced Congress to pay for this sculpture, which is, those are the fallen and those are the ones who served and are looking back at their fallen colleagues. Sort of a tribute, not just to the men who died, but to the men who served. And then they also added a nurses' memorial, which is a tribute to all the nurses who served in Vietnam. And that's over here. And there's lots of little bracelets there, which I'm told is a nurses thing, leaving a bracelet. So you often see those little scrunchies at this memorial. Don't know all the details on that. Well, let's go this way. Let's see what's up over here. There's the wall again. We haven't walked down to the wall in a while. We'll do that maybe this week. Time's at 4 o'clock. Let's go by here. Let's try not to run over the dog or the... So up on the right is a little tiny house. Most people don't even notice when they visit DC, but that is the canal keeper's house. You see, at one time, this road on my left, which is Constitution Avenue, that was actually a canal. And it connected the river down to the rest of the city. And this was one of the lockkeeper, canal keeper's houses on that canal. Now it's sort of a touristy thing. And the lights are red. Let's see which way we're gonna go. We'll go whichever way we can. Oh, look at this. Yep, quite a bit of stuff going up. I suspect this is for the parade coming, what's it, 2 weeks or so. The Army's 250th / Donald Trump's birthday parade. And we've already gotten updates that there will be protests. The protesters are going to gather along the parade route. Oh, these are all zip-locked. You can't use these bathrooms yet. That explains what we saw going up on the wall the other day. All these matting sort of things to protect the grass. Maybe they're going to have a static display of equipment. That could be kind of cool. Maybe they'll bring helicopters out. Whoa, big tour group. We got to go around. All right. So yeah, setting up out here for the parade. Not that many tourists over here by the White House. We can go by the South Lawn. Not bother anyone. I don't think much is going on today. Trump's schedule the last week and this week have had 2 basically nothing days. Tomorrow he has nothing on the schedule. Today he just had a lunch with the vice president, but it wasn't open to the public. So we've had like 2 weeks where he's had no public events on either day. Let's cut over this way. Lots of tourists in Dodge.
Gatorade, guys. Get your ice cream. White House beverage.
Okay, there's the folks that do nothing, doing nothing, which is a good thing. Because if they're doing something, something's going on. We do have something going on, though. At 2000 Massachusetts Avenue, we've just had an armed robbery. That's a little bit far from here, but since we don't have much else going on, maybe we'll go up and check out this robbery. I don't think anyone was hurt, just robbed. We have a lookout. Oh, I'm gonna get run over. Hey, let's wander up this way. Maybe we'll go up there and see that. Maybe something else come up. Whoa, those kids are not having a very good scooter ride. Okie doke, we are up on Pennsylvania Avenue. There's a bunch of bicycles up here. I don't know what that's all about. We're going to make our way over towards Mass Avenue. It was an armed robbery. 4 suspects in a vehicle brandishing a gun robbed someone. They're on the loose. Black sedan, no tags, tinted windows. How many of those are there in the area? Yeah, let's see. Look at all the tourists. There's money for a parade. There's money for something else. Couldn't read her sign fast enough. Oh, Nadine's here. She's got nothing to do. Looks like a bicycle team's here. Looks like they're looking for this dude. Whoa! That lady had to go. Didn't want to wait for a cop. Tried to stop her. Okay, we're at 20th and N as in Nancy. A couple more blocks to get to Mass Avenue. Coming up by the Heinrich Mansion. This was the beer baron of Washington. He built this, one of the first fireproof houses in America. It's kind of known as the Heinrich Castle. You can rent it out for parties and stuff. It's actually kind of nice. That little park over there, that's Sonny Bono Park. It's a park dedicated to Congressman Sonny Bono. It has a time capsule with some of his music in it. All right, 2000 Mass, just up here. Any cops? They probably already cleared the scene. They're out looking for the guy. But we'll take a look. Oh, that's Second Story Books. That's a great used bookstore, by the way. All right, 2000 Mass. There's the cops. On the right, just one. Coughing like a fiend. See if there's any others. Ambulance. Oh, somebody must have got hurt. Yeah, here we go. Is it a robbery on the bus? The bus is out of service. Maybe it was a passenger on the bus. Interesting. Yeah, let's go across the street, take a picture. I don't see anyone. Maybe they're getting treated inside. Not much of a photo. Over by the Portuguese embassy. Embassy of Portugal is right there. Let's line up to take this photo and then head out. So many cars. Yeah, I almost got hit. Well, turn on your lights. You are a police car. You can, make it easier on everyone. It's like a 6-point turn. Of that, we've now got a fire on the other side of downtown, back in the East End, over by the Apple Store. That's about 10 blocks away from here. We just have to plot in our head which is the best way to get there without getting killed, which is pretty easy to do. Get killed in rush hour traffic. There's Sunny Bono Park, I was mentioning earlier. We're going to cut back on this bike lane and get back across town. Okay, enough of that. We've now got a fire on the other side of downtown, back in the East End, over by the Apple Store. That's about 10 blocks away from here. We just have to plot in our head which is the best way to get there without getting killed, which is pretty easy to do. Get killed in rush hour traffic. There's Sunny Bono Park, I was mentioning earlier. We're going to cut back on this bike lane and get back across town. This is the back of the Hoyrick Castle, and it's got this nice garden, which was kind of overgrown right now. I do hear fire trucks running. Maybe we can catch behind one of them and draft one. Let's go this way. Stop. Oh, there's the fire truck way down there on H. I guess H is probably the best street to go. It's probably engine 23 from Foggy Bottom. On my left used to be the Palm Restaurant. It's still the Palm. That's one of the big power restaurants in DC, where you go for a steak and to see and be seen. Depending how important you are, that rates how far back in the restaurant you sit. The people in the very back of the restaurant are the most important. Cabinet secretaries, media personalities. If you're sitting in the front, you're a tourist. All right, let's go down this way. All right, we got the radio on in case they cancel the call while we're on the route. Save ourselves a pedal. Still see the fire truck with the ambulance. We're at 17th Street up here. Another 8 blocks or so. Oof, that was a chunk. Texas A&M University, the Bush School of Government and Public Service. Bush the Elder. A lot of universities have campuses in DC, basically just offices, where their kids take classes and do internships in DC. It's a pretty popular thing. Red light. So not popular. So this is the fire station that provides cover to the White House. Engine 16, Tower 3. They've both gone on this call, which is pretty much the first 2 units for where this call is down here. I think you might get a better view on the next block down, H. Yeah, it's all cars down there. Let's go down the next block. This is Franklin Park. It's actually quite a Franklin Square. It was recently renovated so they could basically push all the homeless out. And we're going to cut across here on, this is I kind of want to go to the next one. Another block or 2. I do think 9th is one way. This is 10th. Won't bother me. Ooh, boy, that's a big pile of salt or something. That's Chinatown off in the distance, that arch you see over the road. Let's cut over and get another lane. There's a left turn lane, even though this road doesn't let you turn left. It's a throwback to when I guess it did. Maybe it's just for bikes. And we should see, yeah, fire trucks galore. And they are evacuating the hotel. So it looks like, unless there's a big convention going on. I smell something burning, to be honest. I do smell smoke. All right, let's go get some photos. What's it, 2? Look at that burn. Oh. Engine 2 was first due. The Westin Hotel. Still evacuating. People are pretty slow to get out of a fire, I guess. Okay, just one person injured. Small fire on the 5th floor. Electrical fire. A lot of smoke, though. And one person was injured in the evacuation, but she'll be all right, probably. They're going to transport her. Traffic, however, is a mess. Everybody thinks, I don't care if there's a fire truck, I should be able to go where I want. That's kind of what they're going through right now. Not very well. There's Greyhound bus station on New York Avenue, 1100. Means we're just about 5 blocks from the White House. We're gonna spin back that way, head to Georgetown. The fire is out, however, there was a lithium-ion battery involved. I don't know if it caused the fire or it caught fire during the fire, but they declared a hazmat whenever a lithium-ion battery catches fire. It's technically a hazmat incident in DC. So the hazmat crews are coming. The other fire trucks are all going home. So the steeple you see is the New York Avenue Presbyterian Church, Abraham Lincoln's congregation. I've shown that to you a lot. But I don't think I've ever pointed out the building on the other side of the street. The building on the other side of the street is the Inter-American Development Bank. That's kind of like a World Bank for Latin America and South America, where they do a lot of anti-poverty programs and stuff in that part of the world. So IADB is here. World Bank's down on the other side of the White House. All right, motorcycle gang of nerds. Let's go around them. They're zipping through. All right, back. Whoop, just here a bit ago. Seems like it. Less tourists now. I don't think much is going on. No one's getting interviewed right now. No need to go inside.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Not my birthday. Yeah, the sticks look quiet. I wonder if they cleared a lid. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, let's go back to Georgetown, yeah? Let's see what's new. Okay, back into peaceful, quiet G Street. But honestly, this bike lane, this block is just beat to snot. Yeah, it's just like bumpy as heck. Utility cuts. And then the guys who patch the utility cuts never do a really good job. They just do cheap stuff. There's engine 23 up ahead, backing into its station. That was one of the units that was on that call. So we know everything is kind of winding down. Can we make this light? Yeah, we don't get hit by this Kia. Close enough. He ran it too. He gave me protection from getting hit. Tree. In fact, I think that's why engine 23 is not backed into the station. I think they're getting out on this call. Yeah, they're all gearing up. There they go. They're going the wrong way on a one-way street too. Yep. So much they drove all the way back here through traffic. Now they got to run all the way back to the other side of town. We, on the other hand, just going to Georgetown, straight ahead. Okay, swinging across the street. Oof. So many cars. Oof. Green light. Let's go. This is the Watergate Hotel and Conference Center and condos and office building all on the left. Yeah, that Watergate, Nixon and all that. Okay, we're under the Whitehurst where I parked my car, and there's just been a call for smoke down here, about a block away from where I parked my car. Engine 5, the Georgetown engine, is en route down here, 3333 Water Street. I don't see any smoke. I don't know what they're talking about. They don't seem to be in a hurry or anything either. There's engine 5. See any brush fire. I think they're just as confused as I am. We got a shooting. 1828 Q Street Southeast. Ooh, that's a hard one to get to.
15 medic 19 EMS 3 responds for report of a shooting at the request of MPD at 1828 Q Street Southeast.
I wonder if we can get there.
Operate on time channel 07.
DC's got a shooting, 1828. DC's going for a shooting, 1828 Q Street Southeast in an apartment building. Okay, the shooting is in an apartment building. The chant, I mean, we'll get photos of police cars and police tape, but we're not getting anything like gun casings or anything like that because it's all inside. We're going to pass. Plus, it takes 30 minutes to get over there at this time of day because of the road being turned around. I have to run through downtown and then get out. It's 27 minutes to go 3 miles. Nah.